Being a child, you remember how you used to smile planting seeds with your father, the lady palm, the orchid, the golden potatoes, and such. You knew everything, starting from the soil lifting and pressing to the time to time watering routines. It was your 10 to 6 job as your father stayed up late at the office. Although you had your assistant with you, your pet cat Lucy. Lucy and you would do all of it together, and you were her mother because your mother used to be busy taking care of your homeworks, your food. Lucy's soft hair used to be your pillow. Her shiny nose tickled you every time you went near. A pretty story of every child, isn't it? The you mentioned here are all of you grown-ups out there who used to be a child once. You all had a pet like Lucy, maybe with other name, maybe it was a dog, a turtle, or a rabbit. Some of you might still have them all grown big, and maybe the plants too have become wide. Like all of you, my childhood wasn't the same. I never had any plants till now, no luck. I never had any pets, nor did I touch anyone else's, although I remember my elder sisters used to tell me they had pets. I wonder why I never had any. But, I had some different hobbies with different routines. I remember being a child doctor at my own house. Since the age 5, that wandering work was my job to serve medicines to my parents. And I got so used to with the fact that with time I could give out the pills watching the shape only without knowing or seeing the name. As a child, you shouldn't play with medicines comes to your head right now, isn't it? I know. And that's fine to think like that. But as long as my parents were there beside me and they were happy knowing the fact that their child is sensible enough not to gulp it herself but just to open it and give it to us is such a blessing. I was blessed, I believed. Because coming to the age 10, I became a professional doctor in my mind. I'm not showing off or anything. I'm just saying how it felt like to leave a dream job /hobby/lives in such a small age. At the age of 13, I made a first aid box, and I still have it, by the way. The box contained of injections, cottons, band-aids, and a small cash counter. None of it was real, so don't be scared. All of them were curated from my toys and papers of which I crafted a first aid box of mine. I used to roam all around the place, giving medicines and putting injections to everybody. As I grew up older, I never threw it because I thought when I will complete my doctorate degree, hence MBBS in correct speech, I would place both my first aid kits together and see how I made it meet its destined journey. People living in different time zones of my family too knew what was my aim. It was somewhat added to my personality, my name and my aim. Nobody ever needed to ask because it never changed from class 1 to class today. The small phases were past, and it was finally show time for my dreams in actual meaning for the very first time. The little child in me came to congratulate me in my dreams. She even came to drop me to the exam hall. It felt like the whole world knew it was my dream projection day. I was a bit nervous, but I was still trying to be confident, and as I was given the paper, you know how sometimes the common terms do feel like alienating you from your soul. I won't lie, but that little child in me could see the end right there. My eyes were only awake and my brain slept. My hands kept trembling, and don't even get me started on my breath because I don't think it was even there anywhere near. I got numb. I couldn't mark anything like a plan. It felt like I signed a contract paper, and later on I realized that the ink was vanishing, so it got erased on its own. This is how I felt with myself. I couldn't feel the ground. I couldn't sense the atmosphere. I couldn't deal with the evaluating happy faces of mine in my own mind since I have known life. I'm not that cry of a person. When I was a child, I used to cry on little things I remember, but mostly the anger brings out the cry. But that day, not the anger, neither any emotions worked. Because the excited soul never thought of witnessing the end so closely that she would get cold feet. As I left the hall, my stunned face saw my father waving his hand in the air, trying to catch my attention. The numbness captured out as a disappointment. Not a single person raised a single question or pointed a finger, because I guess somewhere everybody knew how it was my dream project. I can't feel anything anymore till today. I surely opened some doors which will be great enough to not regret or be sad over for a lifetime. But that obvious kid is still dreaming of a miraculous recovery, of erasing that day and use her last lifeline to finish her old story with her kind of end. Placing the bookmark right here where I left that day, because this story have got no more chapters to be written. This story has got no more titles left. That day was the last chapter, unfinished but finished in its own beautiful meme. So I'm going to go grab a new diary and start penning my new journey with new ventures, with uplifted banners of dreams. Thank you.